Good evening everybody, welcome to another Bear Beer review. Tonight we're going to do a back-to-back review of a couple of beers from Samuel Adams from Boston. A couple of main reasons. One, I am now going there for New Year, which is going to be absolutely brilliant and amazing. Cannot wait, really can't wait. And secondly, these two are about to go out of date as well, which is often useful. So I've got two different types of lagers. We tried the normal Boston lager. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I'm willing to be proven wrong with two other beers instead. So, first one is the Noble Pils, using the Noble hops, which are traditional hops from Europe, I should say. I think it says on here, growing in the world's oldest growing regions, have a different aroma and flavour from citrus and pine to spice and floral, resulting in a crisp, complex and refreshing brew. Cheers, Jim Koch. And it doesn't actually say which ones are in it on the label, but hey ho, we shall find out what that one's like. And the second one is an Octoberfest beer, which will be my first and last of the year as well. This one I believe is meant to be slightly more malt orientated. Yeah, five roasted malts for a rich, hearty flavour. It's perfect for the season. So, should be two different kind of variants on lagers, which I'm quite interested in giving a shot and seeing what we can find in terms of difference. So we'll crack them open, pour them out, and compare them by looks in the glass. Oh god! As usual, I have my terrible bottle opener because I can't find my good one. Huzzah! One. So the Noble Pils is looking like it's completely clear, completely pale as anything too. Ooh dear. As usual, good pour from me. So yeah, that one is very pale in colour. There is perhaps a slight twinge of copper to it, but it's mainly kind of a straw wheat colour, I would say. Nice big foamy head because I poured it quite vigorously, and tons of carbonation. Right, let's pour open our Oktoberfest beer as well, using the rubbish bottle opener that I can't seem to get things off with. There we go. And pull this one out into a similar glass. And you can tell the difference is apparent immediately. This one is that typical Oktoberfest beer, red, that amber colour. That kind of ruby colour. Again, super clear, nice, and lots of carbonation. But can you see the head is a lot smaller than on the Noble Pils? Straight from, and I pretty much poured it the same vigorously and hard, like I always do, to get a massive head because I'm an idiot. And you can see that one's pockmarked like heck now, and it's like a crater of the moon. Cool, so let's get an aroma on both before the head goes. Let's go for the Noble Pils first. There's quite a lot of spice to that. And it's got little perfumey notes as well. Kind of like smell a little bit of a bouquet of flowers, but particularly there's a lot of sweetness, a lot of sweet kind of malty flavours I'm thinking, and a surprising level of spice which I wasn't exactly expecting. I would say there's a little bit of citrus too, not in particular abundance, but I think it mixes in with that sweetness and there's just that little edge to it. But overall, it smells pretty good. It does smell pretty good. For a lager, I should say, as well. Okay, and to our Octoberfest beer, which has now got no header on it at all. Give that one a smell. Oh no, this one smells like a malt. It really does. It almost smells like almost smells like caramel in a jar, really, or kind of toffee and a little bit of roast. But I'm also getting a little bit of spice as well, and the vaguest hints of spice. But it's very much masked by a particularly sweet and malty sort of smell. Very interesting. Right, let's go in for some flavours then. Cheers everybody, Noble Pils first. In fact I should probably check, but I'm going to try and go with the lighter one first, the lighter colour one first at least. But 4.8% for your Pilsner, and the Oktoberfest beer is 5.5 I believe. I've lost the ABV. 5.5, so go for the lighter one first. Cheers everybody. That's my second Sam Adams beer where it's been a whole load of nothing. Surprisingly chunky mouthfeel, I would say. Carbonation's pretty flat as well, despite the fact that it was fizzing like crazy in the glass. A little bit of bread, a lot of watery flavour in the middle, and a tiny bit of spice, and a little hint of the perfume at the back end of it. In fact, now on the back taste, retro-nasally, I believe they call it in proper beer lingo. I've been reading hops. What they call it? I can't remember the name of the book either. God, I'm losing my track of my mind so quickly. Anyway, there was a book called Hops, I'm pretty sure, and he's talking about all the different tasting techniques and nasally and retro-nasally, as in smelling through the nose and then getting aromas back out through the nose. But there's a lot more bread when it comes back up, when you're breathing it back out again. But overall, there's not much to that at all. Cannot say I'm a fan. Would I pick it up over a Boston Lager? Probably. Yeah, probably would. Would I pick it up over a Brooklyn Lager? No, most certainly not. Brooklyn Lager's lovely, go check it out. Or a Camden Lager as well, Hell's Lager, especially the unfiltered Camden Hells. Okay, cool. Octoberfest next. Cheers. Now that's got a lot more flavour to it. It's a lot better, I would say. Initial onrush of great. I'm really liking the malt flavours in that. You can particularly taste the Munich malts, or I would suggest there's perhaps a little bit of crystal in there as well, or something like that, because I'm getting quite a crystally malt flavour. I don't have a huge amount of experience with Vienna or Munich malt in terms of brewing or in terms of drinking, so I couldn't pick out whether that's what it is, but there is a nice little rich malt body. Nothing too dark, so nothing like roasty and chocolate and coffee notes, kind of the more mid-range, you get more the caramels and the toffee flavours. Nothing too cloying, nothing too over the top. Mouthfeel is pretty much exactly the same as the Noble Pils, slightly chunky, tepid carbonation. But again, and it seems to be a lasting factor with these Sam Adams beers, the middle of the initial flavour, you get a little bit of a rush, and then there's just water in the middle. It's just like having a mouthful of water. It's really not that pleasant. It's such a shame, because the Octoberfest beer in particular, that nice malty flavour is just washed out and lost, and there isn't a huge amount of aftertaste. Maybe a slight bit of bitterness that just kind of lingers in, but nothing too much. It's weird that there's just no carbonation. It seemed to have just fizzed and then gone flat. Can you see? It kind of fizzed up and then it's gone completely flat. There's no carbonation in that at all. At least in the Noble Pils, I'm getting one or two little bubbles going up, but it's still ridiculously flat. Very odd. Very odd. I'm not sure if this is how they want the beers to come across. Maybe it's something to do with transporting. Maybe they've been left out, skunked too long. They are still just within date, he says. I've got those little snippy tabs on the back, on the side of them. Yeah, so this is in date till January. So yeah, I've just caught that one in time. And I think this one was actually December. Yeah, that was December, but still got them in time. Still have them in time. So in terms of rating, I would pick them up. I can't remember what I gave the Boston Lager, but I would pick either one of these up over the Boston Lager, especially the Oktoberfest beer. So I can't remember what I gave them, but I'd probably give the Noble Pils, I think I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. I'm not even sure it's better than an adjunct lager. I'm not even sure it's better than an adjunct lager. At least I know what to expect. And there is a level of crispness and coolness to them. The Oktoberfest beer is slightly better. I'd probably give it a 6. But they're both, again, just disappointing. I really want to be impressed. I do, when you get a good lager, when you get a lager that's been brewed well, the flavours can really astound you. And you know, if you're used to drinking, run-of-the-mill mass-produced lagers, then you know, when you get a proper one, the flavour will bowl you over at how much nicer you can get. And these ones are still pretty much mass-produced, but with a little more thought, care and attention to them, and certainly better produce, better products put into them. But doesn't necessarily come out with the better products at the end, strangely enough. So ho hum, thank you ever so much for watching once again. Hopefully I've got a couple more lagers in the cellar/garage that will hopefully show to you all how good lagers can be. So until the next Bear Beer review, cheers everybody. Let me know what you think on these two. So.